Hello everyone, Krydax here. Welcome back to our Nullius playthrough. In our last episode, we kind of got titanium going, along with some more things that weren't yet automated. And I've spent a little bit of time between the last two episodes playing. I haven't done a whole lot. I've added in a couple unboxing things. I fixed a few limits on things like this. I'm trying to think if I automated anything new. I don't think I did. I added more pipes, more blue pipes. Maybe I had added these, the guns and missile launchers. I think I had forgotten those. Those are required for the drone launchers, which go into physics apparatus. So that's a fun little exchange. Oh, there is one big thing I added. Ta-da! And ta-da! And copy-pasted a third time. Ta-da! This is a benzene plant. As I was kind of waiting for things to catch up, I was massively short on plastic. And that's because styrene requires benzene. So if we look over here, these plants create styrene, and we need benzene and ethylene for that. And I was just not able to keep up. And so I was like, well, why don't I design a little plant that creates benzene only? And I think we might have realized this when we set up our original hydrocarbon plant, but we had, I'll go back over to it real quick so I can show you what I mean. We had this overflow set up to use the other recipe, the other carbon monoxide recipe, which actually creates benzene, ethylene, and propene, whereas this one creates methane, ethylene, and propene. And it turns out if your goal is to get benzene, this recipe is more efficient. The problem is you just eventually have too much benzene, and then so you really need a mixture of both. And I didn't do that super well with the way I set up these overflows. I really should have had carbon monoxide go to different places based on whether I had enough benzene or not. So I ended up designing a build that exclusively uses this recipe, and it recycles the ethylene and propene into benzene plus other pieces, and it recycles all of the methane back into carbon monoxide so that it doesn't cost as much carbon monoxide. So then this is that build. It can produce about 20 benzene per second. If we watch this benzene tank, it'll just kind of fill up every 2 or 3 seconds. It might be going a little slower than it's supposed to, but it's at least in the ballpark. And that's all it does. Everything else is taken care of or vented. It does have the oxygen, compressed oxygen filler, so we're not wasting that. And so that is allowing benzene barrels to at least happen a lot faster. If we look at our benzene production over the last 10 hours, you can see it was pretty bad, and then I think it's somewhere in the last hour to an hour and a half I've added all 3 of these. And you can see now we're peaking at about 3K a minute, which is far better than what we were getting, which was anywhere between like 1K and I guess I had 3K for spurts, but not very long. So hopefully we have a much higher sustained benzene production with this. I think part of the problem is actually power. There are moments where we don't have enough power, and that's why our production of everything is dipping down. So power is definitely on my list, but I copy-pasted 3 of these, which should allow for 60 benzene a second if it's all running properly. And then that means this build won't have to supply as much benzene. But this build only makes benzene if we have enough ethylene and propene in the first place, which it looks like we might not, because now our plastic is finally catching up, which is requiring BPA and all these other things. I actually don't have enough BPA because of benzene, I think, is the problem. So even after all that, we're still short on benzene, but it will catch up far, far faster. Otherwise, I don't... Let's see. I added more sand, I think, and I added more gravel recycling. Those are little things. Did I do anything else? I don't remember doing anything else. Heat pipe 2s have finally backed up, so that's good news. Yeah, I did add in some more unboxings because I was running out of stuff that I had never set to unbox. And it looks like heat pipe 2s... Never mind, they're good. They're just not unboxing because the box is full. Or, I mean, the network's full. Whew, okay. So I think we're all caught up. Got you guys all caught up, and now we can get back to it. Our titanium stuff that we set up in the last episode is all backed up now, which is great. So we've got, where even is it? I forget. It's up here somewhere. Oh, no, over here. So we've got rutile backed up, quite a bit of it. We've got titanium tetrachloride backed up in barrels, and we've got titanium ingots, at least for now, backed up to here. So all I need now is the processing of titanium, which I can put down by the other metals. Oh, I might have added this too. I can't remember if this was here, but I just didn't have enough capacitors, so I made just a huge line of them with more beacon coverage. I need another beacon down there. And yeah, my construction bots are all caught up, so I can continue tearing out the old base, which we will do right now. So those guys can get busy. And a fun piece of news, all of my tier 1 logistics bots have been replaced. So we're up to 6.2 thousand tier 2 bots. And there's 0 tier 1 bots left, so that means my logistics is happening as fast as possible. You can see they're still fairly slow on the scale of the base that we have, but it won't be too long before Control F, I just realized, does not search in FNEI. I wonder if that's something that can be added in. But the tier 3 bot goes 36... Oh, it goes 50% faster. So that's nice. And carries 2 more. And doesn't consume 50% more electricity, so it's even more efficient in terms of power. It only consumes 25% more power. So I wonder how much power our bots are taking anyway. Actually, a decent amount. Hangars consume 30 kilowatts, so 100 of them is 3 megawatts. 400 is 12 megawatts. So only 12 of these megawatts is the constant. The rest of it is actually electricity that bots are using. So tier 3 bots are going to save quite a bit of power. Because they only use, they go 25, what am I trying to say? They go 50% faster, so 1.5 speed. But they only cost 25% more power, so they are 20% basically more speed per energy. Plus, they're going to carry 5 instead of 3, so times 5/3. So they actually will use half of the power to move the same amount of throughput. So that will save me a decent amount of power, although I think we all know that to make that amount of bots is going to take way more power than it saves for a while. Now this is a little annoying. I just realized that's happening. We don't need those anymore. Set up in there. Because we don't need to replace tier 1 bots. Alright, back to the mission I was actually doing, which is removing old junk. I think we are good to remove everything northwest of this, unless I'm mistaken. Modules over here. So, northwest of this corner. Our old silicon production, our old science, some iron, reinforced concrete. Oh, you know what? I should avoid the reinforced concrete boxes. Let me actually add the large supply chests into the don't destroy list. So that way the bots don't have to pick all that up. And then we'll go about halfway. We'll go up to here. And then let's check for any unpowered roboports, because those are going to be a problem. Just in general, there's probably a lot scattered around. Unpowered stuff. There's one. Okay, I think we got it. And then we also should put a radar over here. And anywhere else that needs a radar? I think we're pretty good on radar coverage. I guess the bottom right of this could use a radar so we can see this stuff. And I guess we can get all the way up to there. Okay, sweet. So power is the next goal. I'm tired of running out of power. We did help ourselves a little bit with this absolutely messy, but we just threw all the solar panels and grid batteries we had down, which has helped. We do have a lot of wind turbines that we could use, but I think what I'd prefer to... And we do have a lot of grid batteries. And that's... I mean, we have a lot of grid batteries, because I think our boxed output is full too. Over here. Yep. We have a lot of solar panel ones. But what I want is more geothermal, so that's actually what I'm going to focus on here. So, what I'd like to start with is replacing all of this. I guess not replacing, but just adding on. Because we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more fumaroles, unless I'm missing one, that we can add in. So, take all these, and 9 more fumaroles, and I'd like to have more heat tanks, or thermal tanks. How many? I already have, is it 4 for each? Where'd it go? Yeah, I already have 4 each. I'd like to boost it to 10 each, which is pretty intense. So I need 90 plus, yeah, I'll just take all of them. That'll be expensive to catch up, for sure. And then I need heat pipes, which probably more than 200. I'll just manually grab those. Those are over here somewhere. Those are heat pipe 1s, heat pipe 2s. Okay. So 500, that's got to be enough. But I'll take 600 just in case. So this should help. Another 200 minus the efficiency loss, 250-ish megawatts. And that's constant, remember. So that helps balance out wind. And am I close enough to my car? Yeah, it's right behind me. Also, how much fuel does this bad boy have left? It's been a while. It's only used 5 of the canisters in all this time. Oh, I'm also short on epoxy, I've realized. Because of all the fiberglass I'm using. So, that's a thing. Such a dinky little noise. Eh? Rocks. Okay. Here we are. Arrived we have. Now, the other thing... Oh, there already is a sensor node here. It doesn't cover quite as much area as I thought it would. Alright, so we need a lot of things here. I don't even know. I'm gonna deconstruct all of these, though, temporarily. I know I'm losing probably a lot of heat by doing that. But I just need to simplify things and redesign some stuff. Oh no! I'm short one. Ooh. Kakper Mikulski. Are you real? It says I only have 2 viewers right now. But if you're real, thanks for the follow, and welcome on into Crydania. I get a lot of not real followers. Random spam bots and stuff. I don't really know the best way to connect everything. The ones on the outskirts need to have all of their power go out. You're the unreal one. If you're a bot, I'd be very impressed with your performance. Okay, so we'll connect those. Those will go out. These 2 will connect. These 2 will connect. These 2... these two. And we'll just say these two, because that seems pretty good. Okay. So that seems like a pretty good spacing. Now, we do desire to go less far away. So we can have like two little arcs for each one of these. Because the more distance you have on heat pipes, the less they can support in terms of throughput. So having a couple arcs is nice. I guess with this one it's a little tricky. We'll use the inside here. And then this one can also go up and out. Okay. So then I'd love to get... How many heat pipes or tanks do I have? 50, 130. 130 for 12. So I can do 10 thermal tanks per. Which is great. So we'll just start fitting those in. 10 thermal tanks, check. And how many... Oh, I forgot Stirling engines. Well, I guess we can go get that one more plant. Can't do this without Stirling engines. Let's see. So if we want to support... Crap. Maybe a double... How many Stirling engines do I need for each one? We needed 11 by default, so I think I'd like to have about 15 to 18 so they can consume the stored up heat. So 18 times 13. We'll have to do that math. Okay. So 18 times 13 is 234. It is 13, right? Yeah, one more is 13. So, uno más. And then Stirling engines. We need 234, which is a lot. I did set this to build up a bit more. So 234 is 10 stacks. And 30. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. That's going to take a while to catch up. Those are expensive. Crap. Do I not have repair packs in the network anywhere? No, I do. I do. Just is going to take a second. Alright, back to it. Because 234 Stirling engines will just allow for when the wind dies down to catch up and fill in a lot of the wind that is lacking, and the thermal tanks help with that as well. They kind of act like accumulators in a sense. They just, unfortunately, they spit heat back into the network rather than electricity. So honestly, it would be better if I just didn't use thermal tanks and used a bunch of accumulators instead. That would probably be better. Let's have this kind of branch out. Okay. So this one only needs 5 thermal tanks. And then what was the number I actually did? 18. Wow, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do doubles on these. So what is that? That's 16, right? So that. And these transfer through. So it's probably better to do something like this. I don't know what the thermal transfer rate of a heat tank is, however. So that's 24. So that is 20. And that's 18. So, ta-da. So we'll be doing something like that for all of them. But really the key is just to have all the thermal tanks and all the Stirlings. I will trust in heat transfer rate being pretty decent for most of these. Okay, so I have a pipe up this way. How many is that? That is 24. We need how many? 36? So 8 more? We'll do something like this. 4 and 4. There we go. Okay. Now what's interesting is they don't show the lacking power symbol, but the thermal tanks do consume electricity, so I do need to make sure we have full coverage of my thermal tanks. Alright, so that should handle these two. Hopefully. And then we need 10 more in here. And the way this works is the closer the thermal tanks are... It's kind of tricky. The closer the thermal tanks are to the Stirling engines, the more heat... Well, it's tricky. Because there's a maximum transfer rate. You can see out here, I guess there's a minimum differential of 1 degree even. So we lose potential energy with these farther away. So we actually want these to get as hot as possible so they can hold more heat in times of high power usage. Let's go up one more square here. So the hotter these can get, the better, because then they hold more heat differential. But the other problem is the Stirling engines themselves only run at max temperature up to a certain distance. Oh, crap. So there's also that to think about. And so if Stirling engines are too far away from the main heat source, they won't even run at full speed. Which I imagine you'd have to get pretty far away. And then the other problem is that these pipes can only transfer 80 megawatts of heat energy. And so a single pipe cannot handle the 36 Stirling engines by itself. So that right there is 22. Which, up to 2.5 megawatts. So yeah, one heat pipe can't even handle that. So I need like a double row of heat pipes here. I think a double row can transfer more total heat. Is the way that works. So how many is this? This is 37. Perfect. So we can remove one. That guy. And then we have our 10 thermal tanks. We may want to switch this. Kind of move these back one. And then that way we can have a double row here too. I think that helps. Okay. So we do that, and then I think we can fit 2 Stirling engines on the other side of a thermal tank. That's kind of the most optimal way to do it. because then all the heat is right there. I'll just move that over. Make sure we got power everywhere. Get this out of the way. Guess we can move this down. Leave a space there. So what is that? We're looking for 34, so we still need 14 more on these two alone. So we'll have a pipe running this way. Yeah, I don't know if this will work right. But guess we'll find out. And there's 34. Okay. Oh look, our base is using only 500 megawatts now. It is finally catching up. Alright, heat storage. Okay, one more. So there we go. There's all the heat storage we need. Put some heat pipes under the ones I last placed. Are you talking about up here? Like that? Or... oh, hold on. We didn't get that. Is that what you were talking about, maybe? We also don't need those. Okay, perfect. Yeah. I still don't know if that'll be enough throughput, but it might, I think with these two connecting, it might be, so it can spread out, but... and connecting everything could be bad for UPS. I don't anticipate hitting UPS issues before we win, but it's possible. It is possible. I'm not going to have room for this row. So this is kind of the downside of geothermal, is it's just all too packed in tightly together, which is kind of annoying. So we'll do a double row. Hopefully that can transfer enough heat out here. Or that's 20, this is 10, so that's 30. So that makes 34. Right there. This feels like this should be double wide for longer. I just want to move that last one because it won't connect. Or it would connect with that. Geothermal. Okay. So let's go double wide here. We'll have one row come out to this direction. So this is how many? 14? Yeah, that seems about right. We can put some thermal tanks here. We'll do 5 of them there. They don't connect with those Stirlings, which is nice. And then that's already 14, so we need 20 more. 10. There we go. Now something tells me this should be double wide too, all the way up. Okay, So that is 34, and then I think we have one more, and then we're good. So we'll make this one double wide. Heat tanks can be offset on this side. That's 5. And we should probably have some vertical rows here, so we can go a little bit farther out. And then this one. We'll do, what, 10 more over here along this row. And then we've already got 14, so we need 10 more. So we'll do 4, 4, 2. All right, make sure everything's powered. And there we go. That should be a lot of power. I mean, how many? So, 222. Crap. We're supposed to have 234. Whatever. Oh, 18 times 2 is 36, not 34. So I was short. Whatever. 222 times 2.5 megawatts. So this can produce up to 555 megawatts, just not constantly. And hopefully these thermal tanks are enough to get us through times of low wind. And we also have those solar panels that produce 125 megawatts during the daytime for free. So, I think by the time we need more power, we should be able to do solar too. Those are made in nanofabricators, and I haven't set those up yet. Which, we did set that up. Solar 2, however, should be on the... And power, I can check off for now. Okay. So, let's deal with titanium, since we're thinking about it. Titanium has less... Well, it has all the same things. Still needs... lubricant for the sheets, just like everything else. There is no titanium wire, and then we just need nitric acid. So I should be able to copy this a 4th time. 3rd time? No, 4th, because we did it for steel as well. So I'll just copy this, and it'll go over here. We will delete one of them, and I'll give it some space. Don't need another sensor. We are going to need more concrete. Delete all of the boxes here. So we don't request anything. Then extend bots up here. And get some power going. I can replace the belts. I guess I should have done that before this. And we can actually deconstruct all of this. Okay. So titanium rods go here. Titanium plates go here. And titanium sheets go here. We shall just unbarrel lubricant. Easy peasy. Rate is crazy low, so honestly 30 barrels is plenty. Nitric acid for all this, pretty low as well. We'll just set that up right here. Nitric, where are you? That's nucleotides, bit different. Nitric acid. It's a little farther away, but 60 barrels should do it. And get our belts reset up. There's really no reason I needed to have these be blue instead of red. That was a waste of resources. Because the total output here is like 3 units per second. So a very small amount. This only needs about 20, but I'll make it 40 just so we don't run out when things get faster. And that should do it. And just in the interest of having not done the better titanium recipe yet, we're gonna just not let these stack up super high. Oh, and then we need to get rid of sludge, which will be here. So barreling, where do I want to put this? I'll put it right here. Turn that, fill, sludge, active. 100 should be fine, and we're good. Alright, so processed titanium is done. Now, this all was originally inspired by wanting tier 3 assemblers. So let's find out what we still need for that, and if we can do that now. I don't even remember where I set them up. So this was for large assemblers, which we have everything. Oh, I needed to unbox relays for hangers and the charging ports, so that's something I did in between episodes as well. It now looks like we have our carbon composite titanium rods. We just need motor 3s for our next tier of inserter. And then the actual building, we've got everything for medium assembler 3. And where's small assembler 3? Where did I put that? Oh, it's right here. That just needs the filter inserter 4. We've got everything else. Gosh, we need a lot of construction bots. It's probably... Well, once I have the tier 3 assemblers, they'll go twice as fast, so... So then, all I am missing is motor 3. So let's take a look at that. Motor 3. Box. Requires a bunch of stuff. I already have. Look at that. So we will make this in large assemblers. I may need 2 of them. Potentially 3. I don't know. Motors become pretty popular, so we'll just set up 3 right now. And we'll do an unbarreler kind of in between for the epoxy. And then I can conveniently fit them all into a single chest here, which I will do. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They do need 6 requests. Wait, that's supposed to be down 1, right? Yeah. At least copy this so they still tile properly with the other ones. Okay, and then productivity for sure. What does one of these need? The aluminum wire, we should have like... Yeah, we'll do 2 clicks of everything. Okay, so that'll be boxed motor 3s, and then we need motor 3 unboxing. I'll just come over here, I guess. Motor 3. I didn't set that up already, did I? Nope, I didn't. We probably want 150 or so. Make sure the throughput can be high. And 250 sounds good. Maybe 200. Because the logistics network does correctly subtract requested things. So as soon as a bot is on the way to go pick up something, it counts as not being in the network. And so you don't have to be too highly concerned with throughput. The only difference, because as soon as all 250 is requested, even if the bots are on the other side of the map, then this inserter will keep putting ones in until there's 250 actually available. So you don't have to worry about throughput too much on this number, but it's this number that would restrict throughput. Now these... Oh, right, I didn't set up the epoxy. That's the problem. Oh, I completely set up the wrong kind of assembler here. So that needs to go away. And that needs to be epoxy barrels. Now, the rate here is 6, so I think 60 barrels is perfect. We are a little short on those, but we don't need a ton, thankfully. Okay, and that should chain reaction our way to assembler tier 3s. So we'll watch that happen. Oh, I also added these. I don't remember if I had done this before. Apparently I'm out of plastic again. But is this a worse version of being out of plastic? Yeah, why is it not even running? Completely out of acrylonitrile because I'm completely out of propene is what that looks to be. I see. And BPA is stealing all the propene. That's not good. Now, are these functioning correctly? Looks like they're not. We actually have an issue here. Why are these not running? Pretty much at least 3 of those should be running at all times. So let's go figure out what the heck's going on there. Oh, I set up sensor 2s. Was that something we did together? I can't remember. It maybe wasn't because of the titanium tetrachloride, but I did set up sensor 2s in boxed form. How am I... Okay, we still... Wow, we have 5,000 bots available, so that's part of why power's so low. Okay, this stuff is also short on carbon monoxide. What is going on? Oh, we're short on... Or, I mean, we're maxed out on air. That's not what I was expecting. Because we only have... What's the output rate on that? 28? Yeah, it's very low. Oh, I see. Okay. So this really should be connected to this pump. Because this isn't compressing that all the way up. So if I do this... There we go. And then we'll actually start venting correctly. Okay. Because I'm also grabbing the residual gas from these setups, because it gives me some, and again, it's like residual gas isn't all that easy to get, so I don't want to waste it. So I've connected up all the residual gas from my benzene makers and my second propene ethylene methane maker. I also added a methane barreling option. So if we don't have enough methane barrels, rather than recycling the methane back in to make carbon monoxide, we just barrel it. And so that's because I was running out of methane from my methane build in the first place, and so I was like, well, I'm kind of wasting methane by turning it back into carbon monoxide to make more ethylene propene. Wasting is maybe a weird word, but it's more efficient to just barrel the methane we get as outputs. Okay, those are running again, and these are running again. So that explains the great propene shortage of the last 10 minutes, I hope. We look at propene. Yep, that's what was happening. You can see the very moment that we started stalling out, and the very moment we fixed it. So there we go. From 12K up to 27K. So that'll help get us our propane back. And now we should be seeing, hopefully, unless one of those plastic chemical things is still messing us up, we should see some tier 3 assemblers starting to exist. Starting with inserters, which are here. Starting with motor 3s, which are here. Which don't have enough titanium plates yet. That's interesting. I would have thought I'd have at least a few. What's going on with titanium? Oh gosh. Eutectic Salt. Did we destroy our Eutectic Salt creation and never replace it? I believe that's what happened. I have 0 Eutectic Salt. Okay, well, add that to the list. We have sort of taken care of titanium, but we are problem solving it. Got plenty of rutile. We seem to have plenty of titanium tetrachloride. These just make a tiny amount, holy cow, of titanium ingots. So I vastly overestimated the titanium ingots that we had. So then if we go back over here... Yes, please do Google that. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, okay, well that's a bit of a problem. How close are we to the next titanium research? There's still a decent amount. But I can start air filters, inserter capacity, crushers, flotation cells. A homogeneous mixture of substances that melt or solidifies at a single temperature that is lower than the melting point of any of the constituents. So eutectic salt would be a salt that has a lower melting point than regular salt. That's how I'm interpreting that. Interesting. And where am I? Okay, yeah. So we should add in at least probably a couple more of these. Those are really slow. Yeah, let's just copy this. It's not gonna fit, is it? 2 more? No. I can at least get 1 more. Solar salt. 60%. I don't even remember what Na means. Na. Is that... No, lead is Pb. What is Na? Is Na sodium? I don't remember my chemistry table of elements. Periodic table. Forms a eutectic molten salt mixture which is used for thermal energy storage in concentrated solar power plants. Huh, interesting. Okay, well now we have 3 of these, which is slightly better, but I probably should do more. Let's set them up over here. And then these can go out to here. Oh no. Wait. Yeah, that should not connect up. Learn something new every day, that's exactly right. Now, I don't learn everything every day. That would be actually quite impressive, but I learn a thing every day at least. Okay, fine, I'll just give you a new one. Okay, so that's gonna be 0.27, which is a lot more than I had before, and I think I can get... let's see, my beacons are not arranged very well, so we're gonna have to use small boys. We definitely need some more small beacons covering all this. Okay, what's that do for us? 0.355, that's a lot better. Yeah, I figured you meant the normal thing. Like, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say you learn everything every day. Okay, so that'll give me a little bit more titanium, and then Eutectic Salt is the next thing. What even goes into that? That is just stuff I already have in chemical plants, so we'll just set that up somewhere that I have room. Probably over here with all the other chemical stuff. And have my construction bots caught up? They have. They have caught up. So let's keep removing old stuff. Now this is new stuff. Don't touch that. This is also new stuff. This right here is old stuff. I think. Yep. I don't think... Actually, I don't think that was old stuff. That was necessary. This is old. Now this is very close. This is the border between old and new. I think this is all old. But I have to be very careful here. Old, 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 old. You're all old. But this is new, so don't delete any of that. And then this stuff is old. Oh, that's another big thing I totally forgot about. I had deleted my old advanced underground piping setup, and I realized, oh, I have no more advanced underground pipes. That's not good. So I had to set that up real quick. I just did basic assemblers and requesters and providers, so that's not anything too fancy, but that is something I did off stream. Now, barreling of volcanic gas. Is that something I need to catch up on? Also, look at all this benzene. I don't want to deconstruct that. Oh my gosh. We're gonna keep the benzene tank. Everything else I'll just ditch because it's not as valuable. But I don't want to delete that benzene tank. We will barrel all that up. We will barrel all that up. But yeah, this can all go. This can all go. Go bye-bye. And clearly we need some power connected here. And a radar. Okay, I want to barrel the benzene. I also should make sure volcanic gas... Oh crap, what was this? This looks like electrolyzers were all set up here. But for what? For the hydrogen over here. Okay, that was not old stuff. We knew this day would come. Okay, thankfully this is easy to fix. because the outputs are still there. And the water, I think, was also not old stuff. I see. Okay, well, you know, you make some mistakes in life. Can't break an omelet without making some eggs, as they say. That's not what they say. Oh, and then I had a wastewater set up. I see. Okay. Which was this guy here. Okay. And then a well, potentially 2 or 3. I'll just do 3 so I don't have to question it. Oh, and then he needs a wastewater condition. And there's the wrong recipe. It needs to be the compressed. Okay. I should get that rolling again. And then, yes, we have a lot of missing power. And we've got a radar issue. Didn't I just tell a radar to be built over here? Why am I not seeing that? Oh, it was over here. Yeah, we're still waiting on that. Okay, let's go barrel up that benzene, because that will be very useful. Okay, so you, sir, don't really care about that power pole anymore. And we need barreling. We're gonna go with 400 for maximum barrel speed here. Benzene. Yeah, 110,000 benzene, that's gonna be awesome. 240 benzene per second, and we're gonna have that for quite a while. Here's my old titanium tetrachloride. Let's remove that limit so we can at least barrel up the rest of it. How's it going, Acri87? Long time no see, welcome in. We are in the process of removing our old base, and it feels pretty good, actually. Just getting rid of all the old stuff. And then we're gonna have all this room for the new base. Oh gosh. I overloaded my bots. I'm not supposed to stand close to the deconstruction zone. Must wear a hard hat. Okay. We do need Eutectic Salt. That is the thing we were about to do. And I wanted to use some of my new area that I've unlocked. Also, the power and robot grid is a total mess. The theme of this mod, gosh, that's kind of hard to answer. I guess the short answer is, I also need Waterfill. Yeah, let's set up Waterfill real quick. The short answer is it's about constructing the planet that the vanilla Factorio happens on. So the planet has a different atmospheric makeup, and eventually you create biters, you create oxygen to put into the atmosphere, you get grass and trees, that kind of thing. Saline water. Yeah, kind of terraforming is the theme, I guess, to put it in a single word. Terraforming and getting everything ready for the engineer. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, oh crap, I actually am short now on Waterfill. Well, here, we'll, first off, we need shallow Waterfill to do that, which is stone brick and saline. So we need a stone brick requester. Yeah, so there are still rocket launches, I think, to get you space science. Yeah, power generation's a lot different, which is actually really fun. It's not just your standard basic stuff. Um, Wind turbines are a big deal, but they're really inconsistent. Geothermal's consistent, but expensive and tough to set up. And then you have solar, which I haven't done a ton of, but it's very expensive to build as well. But you can build it anywhere. Um, yeah, so let's see. I need to get this running real quick before my brain forgets what I'm doing. Where are they? I can never find them. I'm looking for the seawater here. So later, I think it's after a rocket launch, you get an interface and you have to terraform a certain amount of ground and I think do a certain amount of other things. I haven't actually gotten that far. I've just seen some screenshots on the Discord. So we are currently in tier 5 of science, which is pretty far. It looks like after tier 5, you get astronomical data, which comes from space. And then once you start doing that, then you start into the biology world. And you get bio samples of all kinds of different kinds. So there's kind of two more main tiers of science. There's the space tier after we get rockets going, and then there's the bio tier. Although within the bio tier, there's multiple actual science packs. Okay. So we'll actually request Waterfill now. And I also technically don't have landfill. I should probably get that set up. Landfill. What is it made in? Landfill tan is made in a crusher. Okay. Crusher. Landfill tan. Sand and gravel. Now, I don't know if I have sand and gravel set up to not... or to unbox. Let's check on that real quick. Unboxing. Unboxing. I don't see sand or gravel. Okay. Unbox sand, gravel. Yeah, so mining is minimal. I'd say it's still as much as vanilla. There are 4 main resources you mine. There's sandstone, there is limestone, bauxite for aluminum, and there is still iron. So those are the only 4 resources you mine. Did I request the wrong waterfill? Oh no, I just already have 500 of it. Because I think there was already a lot in the network. So then I can move this. I always do that wrong. I need to leave a space. And then I need landfill here. Then I can set that up. And remove that. Okay, let's find all the water patches. Because there's a lot. It's very dark. But I can see most of them. Alright, I think I got most of them at least. There's one. A couple more. Okay. So the bots will handle that. Why are these not running? I'm out of acrylic fiber. Yeah, I guess we kind of already knew that. At least we're good on benzene for now. And once BPA is done filling up, that should allow propene for the acrylonitrile. Yeah, I'm realizing a better system is going to be if I unbarrel propene from this side as well. Because then they'll share. they'll share propene rather than all the propene going to BPA. So that should help. Yeah, if you think about it, that's actually really good design, Acri, because if the bottleneck is on mining, then you can just turn up size and richness, and then it's just easier again. So it's more what you do with it. You know, I can always just find a bigger patch out here and mine more of it, and that's a pretty small process to figure out. I have had a bottleneck in terms of like processing the mined resources. You do use a lot of sandstone and stuff like that, but the actual mining itself is not very difficult. But that makes sense, I think. What's this talking about? Missing construction robots. Oh, okay, yeah. The bots are still busy. What are they doing? Oh, they are emptying out some chests of alumina type stuff, it looks like. And did I screw up? I did. I deleted my boxing system. Okay, well, we'll have to fix that. We'll set up a new one. Don't worry, everybody. I know you all saw that and freaked out. Thought Krydax is never going to see that, and he's never going to have aluminum again. But we're okay. Although I definitely didn't see it. I'm glad we caught that. Otherwise, we would have run out of aluminum, and we would have been like, what the heck? What happened here? Okay, let's get rid of that. We will do a little bit of land filling here ourselves. Cover up. Yeah, so this... Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I think that a little bit of that is just preference. I don't mind kind of a lot of the tough stuff coming from the from nothing ingredient. Like Pyanodons is honestly the same. You need to set up mining like 15 different ores in Pyanodons, but at the same time, most of the materials in the game can be made out of nothing. And so in that sense, it's actually not... Now, does this also... Oh, I'm already... Never mind. I'm already doing this. Well, we'll save the bots some time. I just need to set up sand packaging up there as well. So yeah, I mean, you're not wrong that, like, oftentimes you need a lot of stuff for the air and water and chemical-based ingredients. And it actually looks like we need 2 on sand. But yeah, one of the best things about Nullius, I would say, is the balance. It's just much better balanced than a lot of mods out there. I feel like a lot of mods, Bob's specifically, just don't have the best balance, and I really like the way Nullius has been balanced. I never feel overpowered, but I also never quite feel underpowered. At the very beginning, you feel pretty underpowered, but that's most mod packs. Okay, so I need 1 more for carbide, and then 1 for alumina, and 1 for hydroxide. Okay, alumina, carbide. Nope, I did that wrong. This is carbide, this is alumina, this is hydroxide. Yada, yada, yada. Click, click, click. I know I've murdered my inventory. Oh, those don't go in there. Okay. It'll all get used. I know I'm wasting a lot because I already had these chests with those things. I guess I can help out a little bit if I feed you hydroxide, and if I feed you alumina, and if I feed some carbide. That will help. What resource generation settings did you mess up on? Okay. Let's check our coverage. Looks like we're missing some power here. And it looks like we just need one more RoboPort right there. And one right here. Yeah, exactly. You can't talk about messing up the resource generation settings without warning people what you messed up on. Alright, let's go see if we have some tier 3 inserters. Or I guess tier 4. We're already on tier 3. The answer is no. I still don't have motors 3. And that's because of the titanium issue. Now, are my titanium rods going somewhere? I think the answer is yes, but I don't have any idea where they're going. Oh. Oh, those are going to inserter 4s as well. My playtime. What is the... Ah, there you go. 3 days, 11 hours, 18 minutes, and 35 seconds. That's the command. Okay, so the titanium plates are just not being made. Because we need 40 boxes of rods to even fulfill this one request. And there's probably some titanium in these. There's none in there. There's none in there. What about the large assembler 3s? Which are... Can't remember where anything is. They're down here. No titanium in that. Oh, your limestone was too far away. Yeah, that is kind of annoying. Although you can make belts that are 2,000 tiles long, to be honest. It works. Belts are pretty optimized, especially when they're just long stretches of single belt. So it's not like that would even be a UPS concern. It would just take a lot of resources. So titanium is here. Yeah. Yeah, we've got a titanium problem. And these aren't even all running because of tetrachloride, so that's part of the problem. So tetrachloride, why are we slowed down on that? Did I just mess up pipes? These are all full. What's going on? Yeah, I must have just messed up pipes. Oh, it's the argon. I messed up the argon. Somehow... Yep, there it is. This needs to go right and down. There we go. Now they're all running. So limestone is usually the one you use last in terms of the early game setups, because sandstone you need for sand. And then limestone you just don't use a ton in the beginning. So it's probably the limestone. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna take away all these so that we don't have as much of an issue. And I don't even think I'm using these at all right now. Oh, that's where they were all going. Look at that. Okay. So I'll give you half a stack, and I'll give you a stack. And that should help me catch up. Yeah, okay. That'll be good. Because we need both titanium rods and titanium plates to make tier 3 assemblers. And we are researching, looks like pretty well. These labs don't have red science. Why is that? Is this just an inserter speed issue? Looks like it is. I would have thought that would be enough for all these, but I guess their overall speed is too fast for this inserter to keep up. So, Guess we can make them a little faster by doing that. Just add a second one. I do have a mod that hides bots, yes, and that is actually mostly for your benefit, even though it is a little bit sadder to not... Uh-oh, I'm doing something wrong there. What happened? It is kind of sad to not see everything. It's to save the compression, the YouTube compression algorithm, and Twitch, for that matter. When there's a lot of bots flying around on the screen, it just gets really grainy. So... I was running into that issue with Pyanodons, where there were just, or Angel Bob's Omni, there were just so many bots flying around that it started to look a lot worse. It is kind of sad. I wish there was a way to, like, toggle it. I mean, I guess I can just disable the mod and then only enable it once the compression starts to get worse, but... Like, I wish I would see 1 out of every 50 bots, so I still see a couple flying around, but there's no easy way to do that. I also want to clean up my storage network, because there's a lot of old science that never got properly put into the boxed form. Angel's cargo bots. I did use those at the beginning. They are pretty great, because they have way more throughput. The only annoying thing about them is they just don't, they don't go fast enough. And so you end up needing, like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't love that you need such huge buffers with those. You have to request, like, 1,000 of a thing. I guess, yeah, just the delay is bigger on them. So you do need fairly large buffers. Oh, wow. Well, a lot of my bots are getting used right now for those science pieces. That's for sure. Alright, how are we doing on motors? Motor 3 box. We have made 10 of them. No, 16. Nice. Yeah, I do know what you're talking about. I think that's maybe not quite technically correct, but the Mark IIs with upgrades do move fairly fast. I think their base speed, though, is still only 15 kilometers an hour for the Mark II cargo bots, which is not all that fast. With all the upgrades you can get with Bobs, they end up being fairly fast, but they're still crawlers, especially compared to, like, the Tier 4 Bob's bots, which go like 100 kilometers an hour. It is a little different. But I do understand your point. Alright, so I'm guessing by now we have at least one Tier 3 something. Maybe they'll trickle all the way up to the big ones. No, we don't. How's that possible? I haven't made a single filter inserter 4? Oh, I have. I'm a dingus. I need to unbox the filter inserters. Haha. Unboxing both types. I'll only set up this one for, no, gosh, 100. Well, that's boxing. We want unboxing. There we go. Yeah, for now I'm just gonna do 10. And then that's the unboxing. Okay. Alright, there we go. So some of those should be scheduled, yep, to be picked up. And then that should start a little chain reaction, and we're gonna start to see large assemblers. Yeah, there we go. Definitely want productivity on those. Sweet. Now, in order for these to actually build up, I only want 1 stack of each type for now. Wait, where are the medium assemblers going? Wait, where are the small assemblers going? If not to here. Uh-oh. This is when I wish I could see my bots. Oh, wait, sorry, they're just not being inserted into here. This shouldn't even have a condition. Because I had copied my boxing setup for the small assembler. There we go. And 1 stack of those for now. Actually, these can build up since... Yeah. Okay, there we go. So then here we go. Large assembler tier 3. Bingo. And we'll immediately replace it so we can get some more productivity on them. But now that begins. And it looks like it's 1 to 1 to 1. Yeah. So the amount of titanium is actually highest in a small assembler. Yes, so you can use productivity on building crafting because buildings are intermediates for things. So since buildings are used as ingredients all over the place, they're kind of intermediates. It doesn't really, I don't know, not having productivity on buildings doesn't even make that much sense in the first place. Why wouldn't you have productivity on buildings? The only places I understand productivity being disallowed is for loops. Things where, like barrels, and like barreling and unbarreling, that obviously shouldn't have productivity. But there are lots of things where I actually don't fully understand why the base game doesn't allow productivity even. It just makes sense to kind of be allowed to have productivity on most steps. Yeah, but they're made from intermediates. Why? Like, the concept of productivity is kind of this thought of like, oh, with the resource investment, you can be more efficient in making a thing that costs things. Why wouldn't that apply to the final product of a large barrel pump, for example? You know, and the only thing you have to lose is you get slightly more buildings, or buildings are slightly cheaper in terms of resources. I mean, that's how intermediates work with productivity. Why wouldn't it work that way with the final product? Oops. I also just want to make sure I have volcanic gas. I don't remember if I needed it or not, but there we go. Now it's barreled. And we have officially destroyed everything from the old base, I believe. Unless I've missed something. Oh, wait. No, we need that. Yep. This is it. We've done it. Huzzah! We have a fresh start. And we are now officially all in chemical tier and moving into the physics tier in terms of what types of... What are all my bots doing right now? Holy cow. They are busy. Look at that. Busy little bees. But yeah, we are ready, fully ready for the physics tier now. We are only moving forwards as of now. And I can remove... I still need better titanium, so let's keep researching towards that. I think we're almost there. Yeah, we actually can queue it up. Okay, so that'll be the next big thing, is titanium production 3, so we can make a big tier. How many bots do I have? I have 6.3 thousand, and they can carry... what's their current carrying? They can do 3 items. So... Alright, well, I think I'm gonna call it a YouTube video there. I'm gonna keep streaming. But thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you all next time.